Take two. Hello viewers, and welcome to another unboxing video. Just a quick overview of things I bought off of eBay recently, just to make sure everything's okay and as described. Saying that though, I've had some of these now quite a few weeks. I've just not had the time to unbox them. So let's get started. First one we've got here is a big one. Actually says caution heavy on it. I think it weighs about 18 kilos. I'm quite excited actually about opening this one. Haven't seen one of these since I was about 16. Wow, packed it well. That is heavy. Oh. There we go. Wow. That is big and heavy. Here we have a Ferguson VCR 3V23. This came out around about 1983, I think. This was Ferguson's flagship video recorder that year, and for many years to come, if I remember rightly. This would have been used in schools and colleges. In fact, I actually remember it being. I remember having one of these at school. And obviously, like I said before, I owned one as well when I was about 16. Got loads of different controls and functions on it. Got a 10-pin camera. 10-pin camera input on the front there, so you can plug a video camera into it. This was sold to me as I'm working. It powers up, but it's not accepting a tape. So hopefully that will be a simple fix, because it's usually just a reed switch. Sometimes they get dirty and they just need the contacts cleaning to make them work again. Also, if I remember rightly, these also have a problem with the bulb. There's a bulb inside the loading mechanism. It goes inside the cassette to let the sensor know that when you press rewind on the tape, it will stop it before it gets to the end, so it doesn't snap the tape. And if that bulb's gone, that can stop it from working as well. Oh, I can't wait to try that. I'll do a separate video on this one day. We'll take it apart and have a look inside, because it's worth a video on its own. This machine, it's just so well made. These were also available through rentals as well back in the day here in England, because VCRs back then were so expensive. I think this was around about £1,000 back then, so I'm not quite sure what that equates to today in today's money without looking on Google. Right, on to the next one now. This is a camcorder, if I remember rightly. I think it's a Minolta. I bought it because it looked quite unusual, quite retro looking. Again, it doesn't work, but cameras of this age, in the 90s, I didn't expect them to work anymore. They all tend to suffer with the capacitors leaking. Oh, yes, it's in its own little case, I remember now. Oh, that's dinky. So it's all Minolta Video 8 camcorder. I love the case. There we go. It is unusual looking. Microphone covers perish, but I'm not surprised. The foam just goes eventually on these kind of things. So it's a 8100E, the model number. Quite an early serial number, 1865. I've never seen one of these before actually. I didn't even know that Minolta did a camcorder back in the day. It's got a little black and white CRT viewfinder in there. CCD, it's one of the earlier ones. I think this, looking at it, this probably would have come out around about 1990. What else is in here? Got a battery there. Video out RF lead. Oh no, that's a power supply, AC adapter. Well, that's good then. There's no battery. But battery wouldn't work now anyway. Hold it there for a minute. Bought myself a load of Betamax tapes. That'll be interesting to play back. I bought these because in one of these boxes there's a portable Betamax video recorder. And I thought I'd better get a couple of tapes to test it with. And I ended up winning 2 lots if I remember right. I think there's another box of tapes here somewhere. It's interesting actually looking back at the old tape, if you can get a VCR to work. Because you get to see all the old adverts from the 80s, from the 70s and 80s. Which is always interesting. I think this is the other box of tapes here. Ended up winning 2 lots. I only wanted 1. Of course, I bid it on 2 lots and ended up winning them both. Yeah. There's a load of Sony ones in this one. Never thought I'd be buying these again. I got rid of a load of them years ago. But then started getting back into the hobby again of vintage electronics. L500s, L750s. Right. I think this is an unusual Sony camcorder. Yes, it's a waterproof camcorder. I've actually had one of these before. I wish I'd not got rid of it actually, but now here we are again. I've got another one. What have we got? It is a Sony CCD SP5 Video 8 waterproof camcorder from 1988. A couple of batteries there. Actually, quite a lot of the cameras I bought lately, especially the JVCs, the batteries have been taking a charge. I've been quite surprised. Can't wait to do some videos on them actually. It's amazing that they're starting to work again. Got a charger in there, battery, and a waterproof battery charger. Or that'll be for storing them for, I guess. Oh, they've wrapped it well. It's in its own case already, and they've wrapped the camera again as well, which is good. It's a good job actually, because some of these old camcorders, the plastics are starting to get brittle, and they don't take much of a knock to make them start cracking. Wow, oh, that's so heavy. Well, that's lovely, that is. That's really nice. Unfortunately, the hand strap has perished. Because it's rubber, it's obviously gone a little bit hard and it's broken off. I think my last one was the same. Got a tape in it actually. Well, I'm sure there should be something on the back there. A cover. Yeah, there's a rubber seal there, so the cover's missing for the battery to make it waterproof. Battery's in very good condition. It's basically just what was the model numbers back there? In CCD-TR. Just from the 300 range probably, or 500 range, F series I think it was, but it's in an underwater housing. There we go. Don't know why you need to undo that, because it's in its own little cocoon. It's in immaculate condition inside. It's nice just to have as a display piece, that one. Another heavy one. It's supposed to be a portable Betamax if I remember rightly. Certainly not very portable in weight. Oh well, they've done a brilliant job wrapping it. Amazing. So they've even wrapped the mains lead up on its own. That's how it's running out of space. Right then, yes, they've wrapped that very well. Sorry about the squeaking of the bubble wrap. Trying out a different microphone today because some other videos I noticed that you can hear the rustling of the tie clip microphone. It's quite annoying. I've had one of these before actually. Wow. That's going to need a good clean. There we go. It's a Sony SL3000UB portable Betamax video recorder. So I had one of these about 20 years ago. It worked. What I like about these things is because they're simply mechanical, the piano key switches are quite easy to service. Usually it's just the belts that go on them. That's if the heads haven't already gone. Well, it's still got its original battery. No wonder it's so heavy. Chloride Gates Energy Cyclone 60. That'll be a lead acid battery for a guess. That won't work anymore, I should imagine, but I'll still give it a try at some point. On the side there, you've got your tracking, RF out, DC in, picture on or off of tuner. Also, tuner on or off. That'll be for the camera then. Select the camera input. Line out and video out. So that'll be audio out then and video out. BNC connector. Serial number 11093. I look forward to trying that out actually. That's the AC adapter. So power it up. That's AC 345C. Next up, this is the camera for the portable Betamax. This is one of those Trinicon cameras, the Sony one. I've actually had one of these before. Well, I've actually got one. Unfortunately, it didn't work. It powered up, but the tube looks like it's on its way out because it's all blurry when you view the image back. That's a black and white TV viewfinder. Well, that's certainly very dusty. And that's the main camera. Oh, it was a 4000p that one. That's good then. There are three models of this one: 2000, a 3000, a 4000. This was the last one in the run. The European versions here are black, and the American versions are like a silvery grey colour. But this is a tube camera. There's no CCD in this. This is from about 1981 to 83. These came out. Need an awful lot of light to work. Serial number 6149. Hopefully that one will work. There's a lot of cobwebs in there. Looks like some spiders have made some nests. And it's got a power supply in there for it as well. Proper Sony one as well. That's handy to have. That's a HVA 200CE. That weighs about a kilo and a half itself. Fingers crossed that'll all work. And the classic, it's a Sony logo, those days. It's come from a college, that has Watford College on the side. Unfortunately it's been engraved in. Right, just a couple of little ones left now, or three little ones. This one here, remember rightly, is another little Sony camera. Camcorder. Check for time, I'm using a Canon SLR to film this, and after 26 minutes it shut down. I've got to keep an eye on the time. Oh, look at that. That's in really good condition. I've already got one of these. It's a CCD-M8E. This is actually Sony's first ever camcorder. This came out in about 84, 85, just before the V8 AF. This is a recorder only, it won't play back. This was bundled with a portable video 8 player recorder. See that little lens cover there. Microphone's still intact, it's amazing. I think my other one is actually, yeah it is. This is much better condition than the one I already own. Serial number 933, so it's an early one. Wow, really like that. I just love the design, it's just so iconic, it's just a box. For some reason, I remember now, this comes off, the battery eject, the whole thing comes off on the side. Grip release. Pull the microphone off first, like that. There we go. I've never understood why it does that. It's got some oil in there, I think. Is that oil? Some kind of residue of something, which isn't a very good sign. But yeah, I just don't know why that would have to come off, because you can't power it up without that. So I don't understand why they made that so it would come off. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments. It would be interesting to know, that would. Little one here. Ah, it's a little Sony digital stills camera. DSC S30 or S50. That's an early one, year 2000. I do like the early Sony digital cameras. Plan on doing a video on them all actually. I've done one so far on Sony's first ever digital camera with flash memory. I've done that already if you're interested in watching that. That's a nice little camera. I remember it being bigger than that. I remember selling these at the Sony Centre. This was about £500 for them, rightly. No battery or memory card in there. It's a pretty good condition there. 2.1 megapixels, and the screen pops up and turns around. They did 3 models of this: a 30, a 50, and a 70. I think it's only this one that has the screen that pops up. Let's see what we've got in the case. Oh, batteries in there. USB lead. No memory cards, unfortunately, but I've got loads of those. And this is the last one. I've been after one of these for a while now. Again, it's another one of those things that I got rid of in the past. And it's not a pair of shoes. It's one of those things I got rid of in the past and regretted. You go through phases, don't you, with your hobbies, where you just get sick of seeing things. You get rid of it, and then a few years later you want it back again. And then you end up paying more for it usually as well. So from now on I just start putting things away now that I get sick of seeing. And then I get them back out again a few years later. Power supply, and it is a Sony DSC-F828. Well, I think this is the last in the series of the F series of cameras actually from Sony. It's a lovely camera. It's another one where you can tilt the lens, so if you're in an awkward position you can look down at the screen instead. It's got a Carl Zeiss lens. It's a 28 to 200 or to 200, equivalent to a 135. Got night shot on there, manual autofocus, macro. Such a lovely made camera, 8 megapixels. Let's see if it's got any power. It has, and it's working, but no memory stick. I've kept the memory card. 4-colour Super HAD CCD. I remember them boasting about that back at the time. Can't remember why. Oh, this takes compact flash as well. Actually, that is just compact flash. So yeah, I remember now. You had the memory stick adapter. Is that right? Oh, hang on, no. Just turn it on. There we go, it's got a memory stick slot in there for their proprietary memory stick. Sony MPFM50 battery. I love those batteries, they just last years, they do. I've got so many of them, they just keep on going. So it takes compact flash and the Sony memory stick. Brilliant. Forgot about that. It's in good condition. I don't think I paid an awful lot for it. I think it was about 30 odd quid I got it for in the end. We've got a little colour LCD screen in there as well. There we go, Finder or LCD. Yeah, that's working okay as well. Oh, I'm so pleased to have that again. There's just one camera I'm missing now, was it two? FX88 and FX77, the one with the Bluetooth on. I did have an FX88 recently, I bought on eBay. It's in another unboxing video actually, but unfortunately it turned out that it didn't work. So I tried to negotiate with the seller. I said I'd keep it for half of what I paid, but I didn't want to pay 30 quid for a camera that didn't work, so I offered him 15 quid. He declined, was adamant that it was working when he sold it to me, which it may have been. It's just another one of those things where with the early Sony cameras, the CCDs fail on them, and it must have literally just failed as I got it. So I ended up sending it back to him, unfortunately, which is a shame because I'll probably end up just throwing it in the bin, whereas I would have just had it in my collection for display purposes. But you can't win them all, can you? Well, I think that just about wraps up today's unboxing video. I've got some very interesting things here to have a play around with actually. I'm quite looking forward to it, especially the Ferguson Video Star, the flagship video. I'm not expecting the Minolta camcorder to work. As I said before, it was more just of an interesting looking camera to me, quite retro looking. Hopefully the Trinicon will work. As I said before, the other model I've got, the 3000, the tube's all fogged up, so it's all blurry when you try and view the image back. Got a few tapes to look at as well if we get the Betamax working. Hope you see some old adverts and some old programs from the 80s. Well, I think that's just about it then. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you.